So I don't know about anybody else, but it felt so good to watch NFL football this weekend. The 2022 NFL season has officially kicked off, and all types of fun and crazy things happen. And the one thing I'm sure that absolutely no fan base, no media has done or is going to do is overreact based off of the results of 1 week of the regular season. Am I right? Am I right? Pfft, yeah, we know that ain't happening. But nonetheless, as I'm here, as I traditionally am, after each week of a NFL regular season, as I come and do a weekly recap video. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to start it off by talking about the Thursday night kickoff game. The Bills started their road to destiny with a 31-10 drubbing of the Rams on Thursday night. That wasn't even close. And if the Bills didn't have all those turnovers, that game would have been a whole hell of a lot uglier. So if you're a big believer like I am that the Bills can go to and maybe even win the Super Bowl this year, you got all the confirmation bias you needed out of that one. And if you're thinking that the Rams can make it back, they got some work to do. Switching over to the Sunday action, it's a new year, yes. New quarterback, yes. But more of the same fourth quarter choke jobs for the Atlanta Falcons. This time they coughed up an 18-point lead in the last stanza. Jameis Winston and Michael Thomas connected for a couple of touchdown passes late. Will Lutz kicked a 51-yard field goal in the closing seconds, and the Saints come back to beat the Atlanta Falcons 27-26. The Bears stormed back. Get it? The pun? Get it? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Stupid-ass Soldier Field. Get a new stadium, put a dome on it. Nobody wants to watch that crap. But to their credit, as rough and bad as they looked with their Bears football in the first half, they came rolling, storming back like a thundercloud in the second half with 19 unanswered points, upsetting the San Francisco 49ers 19-10. Joe Burrow apparently has a bit of a Super Bowl hangover. Good Lord, that was ugly. He had 5 turnovers. Steelers finally won it in overtime, 23-20 on a late Chris Boswell 53-yard field goal, although it seemed like neither team was really committed to winning on Sunday. The Eagles rolled for 216 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground. Instead of it being fly, Eagles fly, apparently on Sunday the strategy was run, Eagles run, and they certainly did all over the Detroit Lions, who covered the spread late. Nice backdoor cover there, but Eagles beat the Lions 38-35. Tua had a solid start to the season. Mike McDaniel gets his first win as an NFL head coach. The Dolphins beat the Patriots again, 20-7, and yikes, not a good debut for Mac Jones this year and the New England Patriots offense. Lamar Jackson says, contract schmontract, I'll get paid later. Threw up 3 touchdown passes. Elite Joe Flacco certainly didn't get his revenge. The Ravens beat the Jets 24-9. Carson Wentz, he's the new commander at the quarterback position for the Commanders. What a stupid name. But on Sunday, he threw for over 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, including the late game winner to rookie Jahan Dotson. Commanders beat the Jaguars 28-22. I have no idea what the hell Trevor Lawrence was doing with that late interception. That was god-awful. The rookie York hits a 58-yard field goal late, even put some hook on that son of a bitch, stopping the Baker Mayfield revenge tour. Browns hold off the Panthers 26-24 in Carolina. The Colts and Texans, I really am intrigued by their new strategy. You can't lose if the other team doesn't win. They can't lose if you don't win. So let's just go ahead and tie 20-20 in week 1. Good Lord Almighty, who wants to see that? This isn't football. This is football. Hate these stupid ties. Brian Dabble decided to go late for 2. Giants convert thanks to Saquon Barkley. And they go on the road and stun the Tennessee Titans in week 1, 21-20. Props for going for it, wanting to win. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers offense certainly had a very, very long day. If you wanted to give some narrative around no weapons, like this is the game you point to as some evidence of the struggles that the Packers could have all season long. Meanwhile, Kevin O'Connell gets his first win. Kirk Cousins looks solid. Justin Jefferson dominated. The Vikings win 23-7, and here come the Minnesota Vikings. Tyreek who? If you're the Chiefs, couldn't even tell that you missed him on week 1. Mahomes threw for 5 touchdown passes, and the Chiefs absolutely tomahawked the Arizona Cardinals 44-21. Khalil Mack, new Charger. Apparently knew him. Would have been nice to see this the past couple of years in Chicago. He goes off for 3 of the Chargers' 6 sacks. Not Khalil Herbert. I got too many Bears on my mind. Justin Herbert throws for 3 touchdown passes, and the Chargers topple the Raiders 24-19. And then Sunday night, Dak goes down with a thumb injury. The Cowboys offense went down with him, even though it wasn't great when he was in there. They only managed 3 whopping points. They fall to Tom Brady and the Buccaneers 19-3. And then, of course, on Monday night, I'll talk about Nathaniel Hackett in a moment, but what we're going to do for the moment is we're going to celebrate Geno Smith. It was the Geno Smith game, and that's what it's always going to go down to. And it's a perfect example of, in the NFL, no matter how good you think the Broncos are going to end up being this year, no matter how bad you think the Seahawks are going to be this year, on any given Sunday, or in this case Monday, anybody can beat anybody. And the Seahawks upset the Denver Broncos on Monday night. Excuse me. In terms of biggest winners from week number 1, I'll look at the New York Giants. Got an upset win over the Tennessee Titans on the road. Like, even with Dable coming in, you're looking at the Giants as probably being a bad team. You don't believe in Daniel Jones, blah, blah, blah. But they took it to the Titans in week 1, and they played for the win late. Like, what the hell else do you have to lose? You got to go for it there, and they did, and they were rewarded with the win, and I'm glad they did, even though it still relied upon a late missed field goal. The Kansas City Chiefs, that was a dominant road win over the Cardinals, and if you were concerned about what this Chiefs offense was going to look like without Tyreek Hill, you probably feel a little bit better, at least after week 1, which, again, is important not to overreact too much one way or another to what you saw in week 1. But, that said, encouraging signs early. And then the Minnesota Vikings, that's an impressive opening win over the Green Bay Packers. There's no other way to spin that or sugarcoat it. I mean, the Packers-led Rodgers-led Packers team did not look good. Offensively, they missed a lot of opportunities, and the Vikings made enough opportunities. So they get out to a 1-0 start in the division and get an early head up in terms of tie breaks over the Packers. And then, of course, they're the biggest losers, the Rams. You're the defending Super Bowl champions at home, and you got boat raced. One thing, let's say if you lost, because the Bills are a hell of a team, and we all know that. They're a contender. You want to be a contender. You can't go out there and lay that egg like you did in week 1. That was just atrocious. And it wasn't just Matthew Stafford that sucked. He sucked. But so did the rest of the Rams offense and, frankly, the Rams defense, too. It was a total team suck. They got boat raced. They got their shit pushed in. They were big losers on week 1. The Atlanta Falcons. Like, you choked away another big-ass fourth quarter lead. How many times you going to do that, right? I think I might have said it was 18 points. I think it was 16 points. Either way. Like, this has been a common theme of the Falcons for years. It was under Dan Quinn with Matt Ryan at the quarterback. Like, they'll get leads and then they'll piss them away. And they did it here again. New year, same old sorry-ass Falcons, apparently. And then the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday night. They had a hell of a matchup, a hell of a game last year in week 1 against the Buccaneers and could have won that one, if you remember, in that kickoff game when the Bucs were the defending Super Bowl champions. And that was with Dak being less than 100%. But in this one, they got a crap offensive performance, and now Dak Prescott has a thumb injury that he's already gotten surgery on, and he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. It's going to look really, really tough for the Cowboys here for the next little while because they really don't have anything behind Dak at the quarterback position. When I look at some of the stars of week 1, Patrick Mahomes, 30 of 39 for 360 yards passing and 5 touchdowns. Some of the faces around him may change, but the performance seemed to stay the same. In terms of the running back position, I'll go with Saquon Barkley at 194 total yards. He had the touchdown, and he had that late 2-point conversion that put the Giants over the top. And that wasn't just an easy 2-point conversion. Like, he had to make a play happen. Justin Jefferson had a monster day, 9 catches, 184 yards, and 2 touchdowns. You would think if you're the Packers, like, hey, we might want to key on Justin Jefferson and make Thielen and other guys on the Vikings offense beat us. And instead, you just let Justin Jefferson go crazy. Interesting strategy, Cotton. I wonder how this will turn out. In terms of defensive units, I look at the Bucs. They only allowed 3 points. They had 4 sacks, an INT, allowed only 269 yards of offense to the Cowboys, who's a team that you look at and you would assume with Dak and everybody healthy would be a top-flight offense, and they just looked like shit in week 1, and that has to at least be in some part due to the Buccaneers' defense. And then in terms of the coaches, Brian Dable. I love being aggressive, especially when you know your team's not very good. You're trying to change the tone. You're trying to set a new culture, and you believed enough in your players, even if you didn't believe in them, you believed enough in your players to say, you know what, we score here, we're going for 2, we're going to play for the win, we're not playing for some damn tie in overtime. You're sending a message. I absolutely love it, and he was rewarded. The football gods smiled on him. They not only got the 2-point conversion, the Titans missed the late field goal. Giants were rewarded as they should have been. I love what Brian Daboll did in week number 1. But to close this all out, my 2-minute drill for this week. And again, I know it's only week 1, so you can't overreact too much. But oh my God, on Monday night, what in the what of the what was that by damn Nathaniel Hackett? Your team just traded away like 3 first-round picks, and players, mind you, to the Seahawks to bring in Russell Wilson. You then backed up the Brinks truck and gave him a shit ton of money. All the while, you get into a spot late in the game where a field goal wins it. You have 4th and 5. You still have all 3 of your timeouts. And you allow the clock to run down, call a timeout, and your decision, instead of putting the game in the hands of your franchise quarterback that you just gave up a shit ton to get, was to sit there and put it on the leg of Brandon McManus to win it with a 64-yard field goal that maybe 2 people in NFL history have ever made. You thought your chances of winning the game with 2 timeouts still in your back pocket was, instead of going for it on 4th and 5, where maybe you could pick up 10 or 15 more yards as an offense, and you get closer in field goal range, you decided you wanted to try a 1 in a million type of fucking field goal. What the hell was that? I realize new head coach and all of that, but damn it, it's hard to envision anybody else having that thought process. If you're a Broncos fan and you want to have any concerns about this season, here it is. It's Nathaniel Hackett. Not only did you have other things that might have concerned you in the game, and again, I understand it's week 1, but goddamn, son, of all of the dumbass decisions that you'll see, you may not see a dumber one this entire season. What's the point of trading for Russ if you're not going to let him cook? Unbelievable. Well, if he made it, it'd be different. No, because the decision would still be really damn stupid. And it represents a problem. Put the trust in the guy that you're paying a shit ton of money to, that you gave up a shit ton to get. God, that was bad. All I could say is, at the end of the day, I love what Geno Smith said. A great philosophizer on life. Philosophizer, it doesn't matter. We're talking about Geno here. He's last in the league for the decade. God bless him. And when he asked about the people that wrote him off, he said they wrote him off, and I ain't right back. That's powerful words for life, everyone. Take care.